Hello and welcome to our coverage of this Barclays FA Women's Super League game between Everton and Arsenal, live from Walton Hall Park. Well, we've reached the crucial point of the season in the WSL. Arsenal know they need to win here this evening to keep themselves within touching distance of leaders Chelsea after they came from behind to win at Spurs earlier. 4 points the gap between the two at the moment. And the Gunners have an excellent record here at Everton, and they will be expecting to pick up 3 points tonight. Speaking of points, this is how things stand then. Just to confirm it, you can see that the goal difference is something that Arsenal will have an eye on too. That effectively worth an extra point at the moment to Chelsea. So the Gunners, if they win, go within a point of Chelsea, but they will want to rack up a few goals in the course of doing so, because Chelsea currently have an advantage of 7 in that regard. Everton, well, their season pretty much done and dusted, but they've still got plenty to play for. More on that later. That is Chris Roberts, and he is the third person to be picking an Everton team this season. There'll be another one come the summer too. Brian Sorensen, the incoming manager for next term, has met the players this week, so plenty of motivation for this Everton squad to impress their new boss, who'll be watching on tonight. But it is a tough assignment for them, to put it mildly. Did at least stop the rot in their previous match, but they've been in poor form of late, have the Toffees. Speaking of that last match, it was at St Andrews against Birmingham City. It finished goalless, though Everton still wondering how. They had by far the better of the opportunities in this game. Tony Duggan going close on a number of occasions. A frustrating night for her and for her teammates too. Did at least end a run of 3 straight defeats, though. They've been conceding lots of goals. They managed to keep a clean sheet here. Izzy Christensen almost turned it into 3. It was Duggan who had the final effort of note of the match. Pretty frustrating night all told, though, and it's been that kind of season for Everton. Who knows, maybe they could produce a shock here just to give their supporters something to cheer about. This is the tale of the tape for them, and just look at that. Top scorer's only got 4 goals, goal difference minus 20. That tells you exactly where Everton's problems have lied so far this season. Really disappointing campaign, given that they were 5th for a while. They were knocking on the door of the European places last term, but there's been absolutely no chance of that this time around. All about planning for next season. Whenever a team gets through 3 coaches in one term, you know it's not exactly been a glorious campaign. Well, Arsenal, with just the WSL to focus on now, having lost the FA Cup semi-final to Chelsea last weekend, they're at the Champions League too. And they are up against it if they are to wrestle back control of the WSL title. They know they need to win tonight. They'll have been keeping their fingers crossed for a Spurs win for the first time maybe ever earlier today, but Chelsea managing to get through that game. And it means that the pressure goes back on the Gunners ahead of tonight. Not that they've been particularly showing the effects of any pressure they might be feeling. 4 wins on the bounce in the WSL coming into tonight's match, the most recent of which was comfortable, to put it mildly. How about that full volley from Beth Mead, just 2 minutes into the game at the King Power against Leicester City. Thereafter, the home side did put up some resistance, in fairness to them. It wasn't until the midway point of the second half that Arsenal were able to double their lead through the ever-prolific Vivian Miedema. Winding down her Arsenal career, we believe. She's likely to be off in the summer. Will she leave with a WSL title medal? I wonder, another one. She scored here to make it 3-0. This is in the 75th minute, and then as Leicester tired, they conceded twice more as the game came to its conclusion. An own goal followed up by one from Tobin Heath late on, and that means that Arsenal did make some inroads into that Chelsea goal difference, that they will need to rack up another big score tonight, really, if they are to counteract that. He could hardly miss. She didn't know much about it, but 5-0 it finished in these Midlands. As you can see, Miedema still leading the way in terms of goals. She is 5 behind Sam Kerr in the race for the Golden Boot. Arsenal just 1 defeat all season in the league, and that was a real shocker away at struggling Birmingham. Other than that, though, they have been excellent, and as I say, coming into this game looking to win a 5th WSL game in succession. So it is Everton versus Arsenal here in the northwest of England. A bright but breezy day, as you can see. Arsenal players in their unique, shall we say, warm-up jackets. They'll be playing in their change colours tonight. All smiles for now. They know what they've got to do. Luckily for them, they've got an outstanding record against Everton. 14 wins against them in the WSL. The joint most any side has won against another. The other two are both Arsenal, by the way, against Liverpool and Birmingham. And Arsenal could set a new WSL record tonight. If they are victorious, it will be their 13th win in a row against Everton. But as I mentioned, you can't underestimate the motivation for Everton. Some of these players are playing for their future next season. Brian Sorensen, the Dane who's coming in, will definitely be watching on. I'm sure he made that point to the players when he met them this week. I want to see who's with me for next year and who's not.
Good evening and welcome to Hall Park Stadium for this evening's Barclays FA Women's Super League match.
Arsenal 5 wins from 9 league games away from home. Just that one defeat at Birmingham so far.
Team news, we'll start off with our visitors who line up as follows. 1, Manuela Zinterberg. 3,
let's take a check on the teams then. Everton showing 3 changes from the side that drew with Birmingham. Gabby George preferred to Danielle Turner. Hannah Bennison and Poppy Pattinson also coming. Claire Emsley is injured, so unavailable, whilst Kenza Dali drops to the bench. Just the one adjustment for Arsenal from their last game. It's in defence where Noel Maritz gets the nod over Katie McCabe. Brazilian defender Rafaela is still out, and Arsenal hope to have her back soon. Kim Little skippers the Gunners. She scored an injury time winner here last term. Now you can make 5 substitutions in the WSL this season. Everton, not with many to choose from. Tells you a little bit about their current injury situation. The likes of Claire Emsley unavailable today, as is Anna Ambergard, the top scorer, who they were hoping to have back tonight. Plenty of quality on that Arsenal bench, though. Jordan Nobbs, Nikita Paris, Katie McCabe, Manu Iwabuchi, all more than capable of coming on and changing a game should it be needed by Jonas Edervald. Well, anything other than an Arsenal victory would be a big surprise here, but sure, Jonas Edervald will be desperate for his team to get an early goal. If that is the case, as I mentioned, with the incredible head-to-head record in Arsenal's favour in this fixture, they will think that they can go on and win here fairly comfortable. But it wasn't comfortable for them here last season. They needed that injury time goal from Kim Little to take maximum points. Everton just desperate for some kind of positivity to take into next season. It just hasn't happened for them this term. It's been a really flat campaign. Lots of investment in the women's team from the football club, and it hasn't been rewarded. But a victory here would set them up nicely for their last couple of games of the season. Only 2 to go. One more here in front of their own supporters. Got to make Arsenal work for the victory tonight, though, the Toffees. Tony Duggan there, always capable of a goal, albeit she's only got 2 of them in the WSL this season. Player who's had a glittering career all across Europe. WSL title winner with Manchester City. Also formerly of Barcelona and Atletico Madrid. Back where it all started for her this season. Kim Little, the skipper, all smiles. What a season she's had. 6 goals. And she held her nerve here last term with that penalty, which came in the 94th minute to give Arsenal the W then. Jonas Edervald coming up against a couple of his former players today in the Everton side. Natalie Bjorn and Hannah Bennison both played under Edervald at Rosengard. So Everton to get things underway here then. So here we go then, Everton versus Arsenal. Can Everton pull off one of the biggest upsets of the season, or will Arsenal keep pace with Chelsea in the race for the WSL title. Duggan looking to get in behind inside the opening few seconds. And Weller Zinsberger, I'm sure, grateful for an early feel of the ball. Little. Almost perfect conditions for football. And the breeze has died down a little. Pitch has been watered before kick-off. You'll see that the ball's not rolling particularly quickly across it at the moment. Arsenal love to get it down and pass where possible. And the flag will bring that attack to a premature end. Beth Mead had just started her run a fraction too soon. Not used to defeat Jonas Cedarval. Didn't lose a league game in England or Sweden in 2021. Only lost one so far this year. Here's Catley. Valti's ball. Catley continued to run. Smacked across the face of the penalty area by Caitlin Ford, but nobody in yellow able to take advantage of it. Arsenal beginning the game on the front foot. Important for Everton to get a decent amount of possession in the early stages of the game. Otherwise, it can quickly get away from you with Arsenal. Opportunity here. Shot came in from an awful long way out. Never really looked like being a threat to Zinsberger's goal. And the referee's given that as a foul. Looked like there was a foot on the ball. It's Kirsty Dowie, by the way, who's in charge today. Galley into Duggan. Christensen trying her best to win it back, but Arsenal have been able to pinch it. Mead on the chase, but there's too much on that pass in the first feel of the ball for Sandy McKeever in the Everton goal. Finnegan. Here's Miedemar playing a more withdrawn role these days. Still with an eye to goal, albeit she has scored against Everton since she scored in a 3-1 away win back in 2019. Before that, she used to run goals in regularly against them. Here's Valti, found a little pocket of space. Williamson forward. Heavy touch from Miedemar, but she was able to recover it. Defending a little last ditch there from Gabby George. Put back into the team tonight. Experienced defender, England international. Catley. Miedemar. He takes over. And the shot was a P-roller, which is easy for McKeever to gather. Arsenal well supported here today. Their fans making the majority of the noise at the moment. Given away carelessly. Here's Miedemar, allowed to turn. Can she get the shot away? Excellent block from Izzy Christensen. Good challenge from Gabby George too. Here's Catley. It's a nice turn from Caitlin Ford. Catley might be able to pick it up, just beaten to it by Graham. Not the best clearance though, straight to Miedemar. Decent spell of pressure this for Arsenal. Balti. Everton, I'm sure we're expecting the majority of the game will be played in this portion of the pitch. Here's Leah Williamson, England captain these days. You see Graham just saying there, just hold the ball for a couple of seconds to Leonie Meyer. Important that Everton make the most of these kind of spells of possession. Not just about Arsenal not having the ball, it's about giving some of the Everton players a chance to rest when they are in possession. It's going to be a tiring old night against Arsenal otherwise if you let them dominate the ball, which is something that happens pretty regularly in the WSL. Here is Meyer playing against her old team tonight. Joined Everton from Arsenal last year. Christensen trying to step away from Miedemar. It's good play from Vivian Miedemar. She can motor away from Christensen. Oh, would have got booked had she made contact there. Here's Mead now. Real promise in this Arsenal attack. It's Mead across the face of goal. And they just about dealt with that, Everton. Bjorn did enough when the cross came in, and she was lucky that it fell to one of her teammates to complete the clearance. Miedemar already influencing things in midfield for Arsenal. Pattinson. Everton seemingly quite happy to play on the break. Here's Christensen. Vastly experienced player, former Champions League winner, Izzy Christensen. Benison's lost out there. Arsenal might be able to punish that. Forward looking to link up with Blackstenius, not on that occasion. Haven't seen Blackstenius really involved in the opening 10 minutes of the game, the focal point of the Arsenal attack. She's already scored 4 goals since arriving in the WSL in January. Dangerous pass rolled across defence with Blackstenius lurking. Here's Graham. Christensen again. Balti managed to pinch it back. Here's Miedemar. Ran into traffic in the shape of Duggan, but managed to keep the ball away from her. Minamar. Galley managed to get the blocking on that, and now she's got the ball herself. Oh, did that clip off an Arsenal boot on the way out? No, it did not. Bjorn just wallops it out of play. Natalie Bjorn, one of those formerly under the tutelage of that man, Jonas Ideval. There's Lotte Wubben-Moy, who signed a new long-term contract with Arsenal this week. Homegrown defender. They haven't disclosed the length of the deal, but they're delighted to get her tied down. Beth Mead now. Arsenal, as we expected, having the majority of the ball in the opening stages here. Wubben-Moy managed to bring that out the sky impressively. Catley couldn't find an angle for a cross, managed to keep her team on the ball though. This is Valti now, keep things ticking over in that Arsenal midfield. It's her hard work that really allows Miedemar to express herself. Catley again, always more than willing to come forward from left back when the opportunity presents itself. She's got some space to measure across here too, slid it low instead, and Ford just shepherded off the ball gently by Bjorn. Swedish international Natalie Bjorn. Left around about the same time as Jonas Ideval, actually. I didn't see what happened here, but it's a problem for Izzy Christensen. Gives the opportunity for Chris Roberts to get some instruction onto his players. Still his players for now. Since his first WSL match in charge of Everton, no one's lost more games. Only Leicester and Reading have conceded more goals. He says he hopes to stay on as assistant. And given the way that they're treating Christensen here, looks like it might have been a blow to the head. They will be loath to lose her. Probably, well, alongside Duggan, the most experienced member of this Everton squad. Mike Duggan has returned home to the club where it all started for her. Whether it's pain or a bit of sickness, either way, she's been given something to help her. Thumbs up from the physio suggests that she's going to try and carry on. McKeever can restart play. 15 minutes gone. Nothing serious for either goalkeeper to do so far. And that's well won back. Pattinson coming all the way forward from left back, and the crowd appreciating her efforts. Everton not particularly engaging in much of a press. Happy for Arsenal to have the ball at the back. They do have players capable of making long passes, though, so it's potentially a bit of a risky strategy. But there again, if they all pressed high and then got caught out against this attack, they'd be in real trouble. Galley flipped it round the corner. Difficult one for Pattinson to get, but it's an Everton throw. Bennison on for Maya. Here's Bjorn. Kiva trying to clip ball up to halfway, but not too much on that one for Pattinson. Williamson. Here's Valti. Meanwhile, working it backwards. Miedemar. Mead pointing where she wants it, and she gets it too. Oh, and then just got a little bit overexcited and stumbled as she tried to cut it back in Miedemar's direction. Scored against Everton in a 4-0 home win last season, Beth Mead. Eight goals for her in the WSL so far this term. Ford's not going to be able to catch up to that one. Good challenge from Little, firm but fair according to the ref. This is Williamson. Christensen seemingly back to full health now. Break on here maybe, Bennison. Balti. Catley playing it early. It was a nice idea for Blackstenius, but still, she's been a spectator in the game so far. That is something that Everton can't afford to do. Turn possession over that cheaply against this side. Catley. Again, the idea was right. It's just the execution of the pass that just wasn't quite there for Caitlin Ford. Well, Everton might feel that they've hit the first marker that their manager set down for them, 20 minutes. And the score is still 0-0. Ruben Moy. Mead. Here's Williamson. Now Little's got it back for Arsenal. Good discipline about Everton when they're not in possession, though. It's been difficult so far for Arsenal to find the gaps in their defence. Balti. Balti, one of the remaining members of the Arsenal squad who won the title back in 2019. A ball into Miedemar, looking to get it back from Blackstenius. On for Beth Mead, who went down. No real cries for a penalty, and no indication that Kirsty Dowie was interested in giving one. Was there any claim there? Not really. Didn't look like there was much, if any, contact, did it? Had a swing. Did Lucy Graham. This angle will tell us more. Ooh, maybe there was, you know. Looking at it again, it was right on the line. Referee had a decent view, though, and said no. Catley, time to measure across here. Deep toward the far post. That's a really good header from Gabby George to get it away. Brings experience and quality to the Everton back line. Little. Leonie Meyer. Arsenal managed to give themselves a relatively comfortable day's work in the last game against Leicester because they got that early goal just 2 minutes in. Signs are it might be more uncomfortable for them this evening. Speaking of uncomfortable, Vivian Miedemar's down and in need of some help. And she looks in real pain, doesn't she? They'll be loath to lose her for this game, but of course they won't want to risk being out for an even longer period. And his assistant just going through what they can do in case they need to make the change. Miedemar moves away from the scene gingerly. Jordan Nobbs and Iwabuchi warming up just in case. Miedemar's going to give it a go. Galley. Is Bjorn. Meyer had found the space, sent it in early too. Stenius. Litton quick to win it back. This is a good spell for the home team. Miedemar still not moving freely around the pitch. No foul there apparently. Little and Galley coming together. Referee happy for play to go on. It's really good play from Bennison. She surely was fouled. Now this is a free kick in a position of promise. Not a great angle, but maybe the chance to have a go from range. Anna Bennison, the Swedish teenager, tying Arsenal up in knots just for a second there. It's the only way it looked like she was going to be stopped. From Bennison, it's a good header away from Woburn Moy. Sent straight back in though. Nobody knew where it was for a second. Now, chance for Arsenal to break maybe. Everton had committed numbers forward for that free kick. Look at the run being made by Ford here. She's onside. Blackstenius wants it. Here's Blackstenius in off the post. But the flag quickly cut short her joy. Looked as though she had just started a fraction too early. The replay will tell us more. It's a good break from Arsenal, though. And that shows the danger for Everton when they do commit numbers forward. Now then. Oh, wow, she's well onside. That's a shocker of a decision. Look at the referee's assistant looking right across the line there. Really shouldn't have got that wrong. It's a great finish from Blackstenius in off the post. But Arsenal should be a goal in front here. Jonas Edeval will seethe if his team don't win this game once he sees that. She's a good yard or so behind the last defender. Should have been a straightforward one for the assistant. No VAR in the WSL. So Everton have got away with one there. Can they take advantage of it? Well, Ford has quickly won the ball back. Here's Blackstenius again. Decent cut back too. Oh, and it's just wide from Beth Mead. Arsenal starting to click into gear now. It's a risky pass played across defence. Blackstenius unselfish and aware that her teammate was in a good position. Balti. It's given away cheaply. Benison. And here, Jonas Edervald just raising the tone of his voice. Maybe a little frustrated with how the opening half hour's gone, albeit his team have had what looked a legitimate goal ruled out. Just look at the assistant there, absolutely in line, perfect position. Should have got the right call. Christiansen. Here's Kim Little. She can drive Arsenal forward. So good at carrying the ball. Didn't get a pass right though. She's forced Mead wide. Will she be able to keep it in? Just about. Up against Pattinson. Oh, that's great play from Beth Mead. Into the penalty area she goes. Can she pick out someone in yellow? Little was waiting edge of the box. It's come to Catley. She might have a crack here. Crossed it deep toward Mead again. Oh, defender missed it, and so did Mead. Pattinson will say she meant that, and it was a good leave. Signs of Arsenal clicking as an attacking force.
Yes, Viv, a little bit higher.
Bjorn being pressed hard by Blackstenius. The keeper's got to be careful here. Little. Miedemar. Can she get a shot away here, Vivian Miedemar? Away from Bjorn. Excellent challenge to win the ball back, though. Frustrating evening for Miedemar so far. She's at least shaken off that injury problem, it seems. Miedemar. Crossing toward Miedemar again. Her header down looking for Blackstenius. Out as far as Valti. Important period of the game this, 10 minutes before half-time. Can Everton get to the break with the score at 0-0? Williamson trying one from all of 40 yards. It's going to be the first corner of the game. Looks a little concerned, doesn't he? Williamson attacking it. Managed to make the contact, but couldn't keep it on target. Decent chance this, having found the space and won the header. She'll feel she ought to have directed it on target. And scored a couple of goals in the league this season. A reminder to join the Atta Football community, where you can access more women's football content, matches and highlights. Just visit attafootball.com. Mead, can she win it off Christensen? Referee was not sure whose throw-in that should have been. Izzy Christensen certainly was. Robin Moy. Here's Catley. Baltic. Ford. Good ball to the edge of the box, that bounced up and hit George. Everton struggling to get it away just for a moment. Now here's Bennison, maybe the chance of a counter. It's been a rare thing for Everton in the last 15 minutes. Meyer. Well, the watching incoming Everton manager will be enjoying this, but not that. Here's Miedemar, who does go down and does get the free kick. Is it going to be Mead or Catley here? Catley looks the more intent. It is she who gets it over the wall, but over the bar as well. Not far from goal, but not a great angle that. It needed to be something really special to beat Sandy McKeever, and that was not. Everton wanting a free kick there. The referee's been happy for there to be a fair amount of aggression in the game. Balti. Final 5 in the first half here. Frustrating for Arsenal so far. Remember, they start the day 4 points behind Arsenal, behind Chelsea in the race for the title. Mead. Some player down hurt here. So Laura Galley. Well, Mead has come as close as anybody. Christensen. Moy carrying it up to halfway. Miedemar spinning one with the outside of her boot, couldn't quite reach Blackstenius with it. Kelly running into traffic in the shape of Little. It's a strong challenge on Little, but she's now back up to her feet with the free kick having not been awarded. Oh, that's a brilliant pass. Now then, oh, what a finish from Caitlin Ford to put Arsenal 1-0 up just before half-time. That was a high-quality goal. Wonderful crossfield ball to find Ford, whose touch was assured and whose finish was emphatic. Arsenal should have been a goal up earlier when Blackstenius had one ruled out. This time, the flag stays down. Gabby George was playing her onside. What about that for a first touch? And then the finish left McKeever helpless. Lovely ball right to left. And the finish was devastating. Wonderful Arsenal goal. Perfectly timed just before the break. Just a second of the season for Caitlin Ford. Catley. So as it stands, that moves Arsenal to within a point of Chelsea. By the time this match is finished, they'll both have played 19 games. Everton got a player down here, but play's going on anyway. Catley. Overhit the cross. Tony Duggan was the player who was hurt. This is how it happened. I can only think she hurt something as she landed there, because it looked innocuous. And they can be the most concerning ones. Just seconds of the first half left to go. They'll surely try and get her through to the break. Well worth having another look at this. Noel Maritz with the crossfield ball. First touch was perfection from Ford. Drilled it low beyond McKeever. Nothing the goalkeeper can do about that. Caitlin Ford scoring against Everton for the second season in a row. Of stoppage time have been signalled as a minimum, but they haven't restarted play yet. Worrying statistic for Everton. Since December 2020, whenever Arsenal have scored first, and it's 21 games before tonight, they've gone on to win the match. Everton hoping that Duggan's going to be able to resume her place in it.
Well done, on the pitch.
Given away cheaply, oh, but then Bennison couldn't make the most of that. It was a sloppy pass from her, from a good position. Baltic. Catley's ball down the line for the goal scorer Ford. Arsenal looking to double their lead before we go in for the break. Baltic, Ford rather. Slipped it into Beth Mead. Decent cutback. Oh, just beyond Blackstenius. Well, Arsenal screaming for a penalty. Referee well placed said no. Not knowing what was behind her. Safety first was the best option there as it's headed behind for a corner by Meyer. Second corner of the half for Arsenal. This will be the last chance of it. Mead sends it in. Duggan hooked it away. Now Catley. In from Mead, that's a really good ball. And eventually hacked away to safety by Finnegan. Everton will be grateful for the half-time whistle here. Arsenal have really stepped on the gas in the last couple of minutes. Mead sends it in near post that time. It's loose. Surely it's going to be put in. So many defenders on the line. They managed to keep it out of the goal. And there is the half-time whistle. Caitlin Ford's goal 2 minutes before the end of regulation time in the opening period. The difference between the two teams, Blackstenius had one harshly ruled out for offside. Everton had resisted for a long time, but Arsenal have managed to break that at the break at Walton Hall Park. It is Everton 0, Arsenal 1. Well, for so long it looked as though it was going to be a first half of frustration for Arsenal, as you can see, dominating in every metric. 9 shots at goal, but only 2 of them on target. Let's have a look at how things unfolded then. As we expected, Arsenal on the front foot from the first whistle. Arsenal have put, Everton rather, put 5 players back in defence and asked Duggan to try and play up front on her own. And it has been frustrating at times for the visitors to break through this Everton back line. That was Beth Mead trying her luck early on. But overall, Chris Roberts will be relatively pleased with how his team have done in terms of limiting the genuine chances for Arsenal. Good appeal for a penalty here. The referee had a great view of that. Of course, she only gets 1 look. Down under the challenge from Lucy Graham. On my first inspection, I didn't think it was one, but the replay showed that there was contact. I don't think Everton could have had many complaints if Kirsty Dowie had pointed to the penalty spot here. This, another controversial moment in the first half, as Arsenal had a goal ruled out. Stina Blackstenius judged to have been offside. Lovely finish from her. But as you will see from the replays, this goal really should have stood. See, Blackstenius here does manage to hold her run. Look at that, she's clearly onside. The referee's assistant couldn't have been better placed there. The wrong decision was reached. All Arsenal, though, in terms of the chances that were created. And that front 2 of Blackstenius and Mead both had opportunities to score in the game. This was Blackstenius setting up Mead. That was just after the goal had been ruled out for offside, and only a couple of inches past the post on that occasion. Arsenal, though, sticking to their task as the chances continued to come. Leah Williamson heading just wide from a corner. It would have been easy for them to just be frustrated and stop working hard, but they never do that, this Arsenal side. And eventually the goal did come in the 43rd minute. How about this for a crossfield pass from Noel Maritz? And look at that touch from Ford. Had to be absolutely spot on, and it was. Drilled it low beyond McKeever. It's a really excellent goal. You can just see she just pulled off Leonie Meyer just for a second, managed to hold her run. You can see George, number 6, at the far end of the picture, playing her onside. Touch had to be perfect and was, and the finish unerring. Couple more chances before half-time, as it turned out. It was a great ball in from Mead, and the defending of the last-ditch variety for Arsenal, or for Everton rather, and that was a good clearance. The moment of the half is brought to you by Atta Football. For more premium women's football content, visit attafootball.com. Well, no surprise that we've picked the goal by Ford for our moment of the half. The finish was impressive. I think the crossfield ball from Maritz was just as good, really. First touch, fantastic, and then drilled low into the bottom corner. Really good goal, this. Totally changes the respective half-time team talks as well. And Nasidaval will be feeling a lot better about things. So Arsenal leading by a goal to 0. That after Chelsea have put down a marker with a come-from-behind win at Spurs earlier. Also today, Manchester City, a thumping win for them against Leicester, and that strengthens their chances of finishing in the Champions League places, because it is 0-0 currently between Aston Villa and Manchester United. So this is how it stands. United would stay in third place if they got a point, but it looks as though that race is going to be just as closely contested as the title race between Arsenal and Chelsea. Not long left though in the season. 3 games for these two sides after tonight's match. Arsenal play Villa on Sunday, then they've got the North London derby against Spurs. They finish with another derby against West Ham. Everton, we know, aren't going to be moving up or down the table particularly. They would need to win by a couple of goals to go above Aston Villa. Well, earlier today there was a big game, a London derby between Spurs and Chelsea, which Arsenal were playing particularly close interest to. Let's see how it unfolded. Nigel Adley is your commentator.
And Bartrip will take the corner. And it's a good delivery off the post and in! An own goal by Sophie Ingle. And for only the 3rd time this season, Chelsea fall behind. Nothing Ingle could do, all about the delivery. And from that moment, Chelsea were under real pressure. Kurt. Little break for G. Wrighton is in space. Oh, she's gone beyond Neville. It's Guro Wrighton. And it's in. Drifting the ball high over Corpola. And Chelsea are level. And Guro Wrighton with another crucial goal. And it's her 9th of the season. Simon. Oh, she's found Williams. She's onside. And Berger clatters into her outside the penalty area. And what will the referee do here? Berger appears to be injured. It was a rash challenge. And it's a red card. And Katrin Berger dismissed. And Chelsea are down to 10 players. Harder chasing the flick on. Now Wrighton. Anderson is on the overlap. It's her first touch. And she's found Kerr! And that is what world-class players do. Sam Kerr with a goal in real adversity, and Chelsea lead. Brilliant cross in from Anderson. And it's 17 goals in 17 games for Sam Kerr. Chelsea so close now. Here is Ingle. And it breaks for Fleming. It's Jessie Fleming. Oh, what a goal! Jessie Fleming wraps it up, and Chelsea, despite all the problems, win yet again.
Just about ready for the second half then. Arsenal's lead is a narrow one. But Everton have hardly offered anything as an attacking force in the game. Certainly feel if Arsenal get the second goal, that should be that. Remember, Arsenal with an eye on goal difference as well. That might be crucial come the end of the season. Smile because they've got the lead. Good to see Tony Duggan is out there for Everton, having picked up that injury at the end of the first half. About focus for these Arsenal players. They can't impact what Chelsea are doing, but they can keep the pressure on them. Everton ready to go. Arsenal just completing their huddle. Arsenal kept clean sheets in 11 of their 18 WSL games under Jonas Edeval. It's the best clean sheet ratio of any manager who's taken more than a couple of games in the WSL. They keep another clean sheet for the next 45 minutes, they win the game. There's Williamson. It was her cross-field ball that set up the goal. Moy bringing it out of defence. Everton will have to show a bit more attacking intent as the game rolls on, but whilst it's 1-0, you think they'll stick to the game plan. And then maybe last 15 minutes, if they're still in the same position, they'll have a bit more of a go at it. Arsenal with lots of quality to bring on from the bench if needs be. Here's Noel Maritz. Me taking up a wide right position again. Williamson clipping one forward. Been a stroll for Leah Williamson in the Arsenal defence so far. Only got Tony Duggan to look after. Look at that. Duggan, the only Everton player anywhere near the Arsenal half of the field. When they do get the chance to break, they've got to try and get some support up to her. Been a lonely old night for her thus far. Now Graham losing out. Chance for Arsenal again, maybe. Graham able to recover, but once again, Arsenal get the ball back quickly. Here's Kim Little. Pass was short to Valti, though. Maybe a break on here for Everton. It's Bennison. Turned back inside, and that's allowed Arsenal to get players back. Everton still on the ball, though. Poppy Pattinson. Shoved Maritz off the ball, and the referee has given the free kick for that. That's a decent cross from Maritz. Opportunity here for Miedemar on the turn. Shot was blocked at source. Arsenal used the width of the pitch so effectively. Saw that for the goal. Williamson going central that time. Touched on by me, but Miedemar just on her heels a little. It's like Miedemar's playing a bit further up front alongside Blackstenius for the moment, and Mead has dropped back into midfield. Now, was that a foul? Yes, it was. Going to be a free kick in a good position. Wonder if the referee might be tempted to show a card for the first time tonight. Bjorn on Catley. So many players capable of scoring a goal in this Arsenal team, but you've got 4 Blackstenius and Miedemar all in the 6-yard box at the moment. Valti lurking on the edge of the penalty area, played into the near post in the end. Not a great delivery. Clearance hasn't really got the job done though. Here's Little. Williamson. Now a chance for Galley to bring the ball clear for Everton. Again, Arsenal quick to get bodies back every time Everton do get over halfway. It's been really tough for the home side to get anywhere near Manuela Zinsberger's goal. Maris. Well, nicely done by Arsenal. Here's Little. Crossed it into a good area. Again, so many blue shirts in there, though. Difficult to pick out a colleague. Little might have a go herself. It's a lovely turn. And again, Mead. Patience from Arsenal. It's a good cross. Meanwhile, not quite able to get on the end of it, though. Well, it might be a similar story to what happened at Leicester in the last WSL game for Arsenal. They did score early on in the first half rather than late in the first half on that occasion, but then they had to wait until the 67th minute to score again, and they ended up winning 5-0. Everton will tire, given they're spending so little time with the ball in their possession. And here come Arsenal again. Deflection on the shot, takes it behind for a corner. Catley's delivery into the near post. She can have another go now. Now, where did that strike? Some appeals for handball, although it was from very close range. Benison trying to lead a counter-attack, was stopped in her tracks, but illegally so. Kelly. Christensen going to ground. Miedemar's managed to help it on. Chance for a second here for Arsenal. The shot lacked any kind of power, though. It's an easy save for McKeever. More of a pass back than a shot in the end from the goal scorer Ford. This was the handball shout. No, nothing in that, is there, from that kind of range? Arm tucked in. Williamson. Maris. Little again. It's far too close to Galley. Galley using her strength to hold off Miedemar. Ford just unable to get proper contact on that. Catley doing her best to get Arsenal back on the ball, and she's done so. They know, the Gunners, that another goal would all but give them the points here, given Everton's lack of them and Arsenal's miserly defence. Whilst it's 1-0, you never know. Well won back by Beth Mead. Took that off Pattinson far too easily. Could be a second goal here. Blackstenius just couldn't control, but it's come out for Miedemar, and she's hit Blackstenius with the shot. Arsenal so close to a second goal. It does feel like it's coming. Maritz. That's passing from Arsenal at the moment. Everton just standing watching, unable to get any kind of spell of possession whatsoever, the home side. Little, good space to shoot here. Hit it into George. Where's it going to spin? Good goalkeeping from Sandy McKeever. Under real pressure there from Miedemar. That could have gone anywhere. The Everton stopper was brave. Here's a touch for Zinsberger. They've been as rare as hen's teeth in this game. She quickly smashed it upfield, picked up by Gabby George. Brilliant win back that from Beth Mead. Just wanted it a bit more than Pattinson. Blackstenius rather tentatively approaching the ball. Here come Arsenal again with Mead, trying to hold off George. Cut it back for Little. George had to get that right. If she'd made contact, it would have been a penalty. Arsenal still toiling away, looking for this second goal, which would give them a comfortable final half hour. Wolven Moy approaching an hour gone on Merseyside. Everton going to make the first change of the game. And Duggan did pick up that knock in the first half, if that's been a factor. So she gives way and Simone McGill will come on to take her place. Tough evening's work that for Duggan. Also going to bring Katie McCabe on at the next break in play. McGill, the Northern Ireland international, usually a starter for Everton, but coming off the bench to show us what she can do. Now Mead, can she get on the end of this? Just a little too short for her. Gabby George able to get it to safety. And to join the Atta Football community and access more women's football content, matches and highlights, don't forget to visit attafootball.com. Just past the hour mark, that goal just before half-time from Caitlin Ford, still the difference between the teams. Williamson's excellent pass that set it up, it's her ball down the line. Into Little, plenty of time for her to turn and move it on for Blackstenius. Got support from Beth Mead. Balti. Here she's again, Leah Valti. Blackstenius moving it on for Miedemar. Miedemar for two. What a good block that is from Gabby George, who's having a terrific game. Danger not pass yet for Everton. Shot from Maritz was blocked at close range. Nicely done from Bennison meanwhile. First involvement for McGill here. Can she hold it up? Gabby George has been absolutely fabulous at the heart of the Everton defence so far. Putting her body on the line to make the block. Galley for Everton. Can they cross halfway here? Yes, but not for very long is the answer. Little's got it back. She's driving forward for Arsenal. And playing in Mead. Forced a little wide, but she'll still collect the pass. Too close to McKeever with the cross-come shot. Miedemar feeding on scraps, and she's managed to pick it up. Miedemar. Seeing a statistic, in terms of passes in the opposition half, Arsenal have had more than 300 already. 303. By way of reference, Everton, 67. Changes of foot for the title chasers then. Jordan Nobbs and Katie McCabe coming on. Nobbs, who scored against Everton last season. McCabe, who found herself on the bench for this match. Scored here last season and scored in the reverse fixture this. Off goes the goal scorer today, Caitlin Ford.
50, apologies. 50,
It's a frustrating evening for Black Stenius that comes to an end, having had that goal incorrectly ruled out for offside in the first half. Sign of the strength and depth that Arsenal have got, that they can bring on players of the quality of Nobbs and McCabe. Maris. Williamson. With Moy heard the call from her manager that she had a player closing her down. Williamson's clip ball looking for Little. Might drop for a two here. Try to hook it toward Miedemar. Balti. Now Miedemar, she's wriggled clear of the defender and tees up Mead, who makes it 2-0. And Arsenal finally have the second goal that gives them some breathing space. Beth Mead turning in from close range. Good work from Miedemar. And Mead doubles Arsenal's advantage. Excellent play from Miedemar, great strength. Just about onside Mead. Pattinson is probably level with her. It's really close though, isn't it? Arsenal won't be bothered about that, particularly having had one ruled out that should have stood in the first half. Beth Mead's 9th goal of the season in the WSL. Everton 0, Arsenal 2. Landmark goal that too for Mead, her 50th in the WSL. Miedemar could get worse for Everton here. It's Miedemar, wanted someone to cut it back to, didn't have anyone in the right position. Has to settle for a corner. Well, from that angle, it looks as though Mead is offside. I guess one cancels out the other. Not really the way that it works, is it? But either way, it's 2-0 to Arsenal. Balti couldn't keep that in. 3/4 of this match gone. Uphill task for Everton, to put it mildly. Still haven't managed a shot at goal yet.
Good. Wide duel, wide duel.
Little. Pattinson hurt in that collision. Awkward landing, wasn't it? Maybe just tweaked a groin muscle there. Gonna try and carry on. 20 minutes left to play. Remember, Arsenal's remaining games. Villa at home on Sunday, and Spurs on the 4th of May before they finish at West Ham. And they'll take it all the way with Chelsea. They'll still be a point behind them after this. And their goal difference will be inferior by 5 if it stays at 2-0. Mead fizzed it across the face of goal. Great foot in that from Little, just as Benison was about to turn over halfway. Here's Nobbs. Ruben Moy. Williamson encouraged to come forward. Seen her passing quality already tonight. Williamson. Another statistic which is pretty incredible. Everton have managed 1 touch in the opposition penalty area so far. Been one-way traffic really from the first whistle. Little. Nobbs. Little hadn't continued to run, but she's going to be able to get the ball anyway. That's poor from Everton. Catley into Miedemar. Here's Mead. Little. Overhit that. Pattinson been put under pressure by that clearance from McKeever. Maritz couldn't quite wrestle it back. Here's Williamson. These Everton players must be absolutely exhausted. They spent so much time chasing the ball. Williamson. It's like a training exercise, this attack against defence. But the defence aren't allowed to touch the ball. Plenty of options in the middle again here if the cross is right. Cut back to Nobbs. Here's Mead. Nobbs again. Oh, that's glorious. What an astonishing goal from Arsenal. Just magnificent interplay. Finished off in style by the substitute Jordan Nobbs. Well, that was worth the price of admission to the game tonight. Jordan Nobbs finishing off a quite sensational Arsenal goal. Look at this link-up play. Nobbs getting it on the edge of the area. That was a difficult ball to control, but how about the 1-2 with Beth Mead? And then blasted into the roof of the net beyond Sandy McKeever. A goal of the very highest quality for Arsenal, who lead Everton by 3-0. Well, this is a more accurate reflection of how the game's gone now. Still time for them to get a couple more goals as well, Arsenal. Mead. Catley. Good header away from George. Nobbs almost managed to return the favour and feed it through for Mead. Here is Mead though, and now Miedemar for 4. Good save from McKeever. Decent hit that from Miedemar. He's not had many chances in this game. That's an unusual effort. Almost a second goal of the game for Mead. For Nobbs, rather, I should say. Only really way she could try and score, I suppose. More changes afoot. Manu Abuchi and Nikita Paris will join the action soon. Everton also going to make another change. Lucy Graham, the player, giving way. And it is Kenza Dali, the player, will come on to take her place. There is Nikita Paris. Big moment this for her. Came through the Everton Academy. She's a Scouser. And that is the end of Miedemar's evening. Keita Paris comes on to take her place, and it's Kim Little who's gone off so that the Japanese international Mana Iwabuchi can come on. So no goal for Miedemar tonight. Well, the incoming Everton manager Brian Sorensen, I think, will be pretty impressed with some of the defending from his team. But they've had absolutely nothing to offer as an attacking force in this game so far. Yet to register a shot at goal, either on or off target. He says he hopes to still be at Everton next season as assistant. Chris Roberts, time will tell with regards to that. And Everton at least trouble Zinsberger in the closing stages of this game. Dali, the new player on, running into 3 Arsenal players. Well, one back by McGill. Can't keep her team in possession for long, though. Iwabuchi. Paris. Here's McCabe. Nobbs. There might have been a foul there on Mead. Play's going on though. Here's Maritz. Baltic. Williamson. Iwabuchi should be keen to impress. Hasn't been getting too many minutes of late. She's been barged off the ball pretty easily there. Managed to get it back though. Tricky player on her day. Arsenal haven't seen enough of those days since she joined from Villa in the summer. Paris, can she pinch this here? Good defending from Dali to win it back. Here's Paris again though. Get the space for Mead. Paris has carried on a run, she wants it played back. Mead cuts it back instead. Catley couldn't get the shot away. Clearance only as far as Mead. And the effort never really threatening the goal when it did come in. I feel like if Arsenal really wanted to, they could press down on the accelerator and score a couple more. Darling. Five minutes plus stoppages to go. The result long since decided, really. Arsenal trying to eat into Chelsea's goal difference advantage. Ubici. Not able to link up with Paris on that occasion. Dali. McGill always second favourite there.
Move it to the sides and start opening them up. Keep on.
Williamson carrying it forward. Here's Paris. Well, that's a good ball. Here's Paris. She'd love a goal against her old club. Tried to get one too, but the block was made by the outstanding George. Another change coming up for Arsenal. Yeah, Valti's the player who's coming off. It'll be Frida Marnum, the Norwegian, who'll come on for these closing stages. Flicked on nicely by Williamson, just over the bar though. Here they come again, Arsenal. Again, it's George. What would the score have been without Gabby George in this game? Williamson with the captain's armband for club, like she does for country now that Little's gone off. Into the final minute of the 90 we go. Beth Mead has dominated in terms of the statistics in this game. Goal and assist for her. She's been the star player. Such an important cog in the Arsenal machine. They are going to move to within a point of Chelsea with 3 games to go in what's been a fascinating title race. Here's McCabe. 3 added minutes and we're into them now. Nobbs. Clip forward by Williamson. Arnhem's touch was poor. Arsenal again quick to steam in and win it back though. McCabe laying it off for Mead. Catley trying to thread the needle, couldn't quite. Here's McGill. Darley trying to hold a run. I don't think she did though. No, the flag has gone up. Williamson, thoroughly professional job from Arsenal tonight. This is some run from Darley. Decent cross into the penalty area and they get a shot on target. It's taken 92 minutes, but Everton have at least dirtied the gloves of Manuela Zinsberger. In from Darley. There was this attacking ambition earlier in the game from Everton. Iwabuchi. There is the final whistle. Arsenal move back to within a point of the leaders Chelsea after a thoroughly convincing, comprehensive and easy win for Jonas Edebal's team. A goal up just before half-time through Ford, and then Mead and Nobbs adding further strikes in the second half to mean that the title race is still very much on in the FA Women's Super League. Final score here, Everton 0, Arsenal 3. Look at that, Arsenal absolutely dominant, 23 shots to 1, and that one came with virtually the last act of the game. The story of a stroll in the sunshine for Arsenal. Everton came to defend, and they managed to do that pretty effectively, you've got to say. They should have been 1-0 up, the visitors, when Stina Blackstenius put the ball past Sandy McKeever, but the referee ruled it out for offside. And this was on the advice of her assistant, who got the decision very, very wrong. Look at this, not even close, really. So frustration for Arsenal and Blackstenius there. Good finish too. They did manage to get the breakthrough before the break though. Leah Williamson here with an absolutely terrific pass. Look at that, right onto Caitlin Ford's boot. Great touch from her, nice finish too. A goal that had been coming really since the first minute, but took until the 43rd to arrive. See Ford just peeling away from her marker just for a second, making sure she timed her run perfectly. It's an excellent goal. In the second half, it really was one-way traffic, even more so than the first, really. Arsenal's superior quality showing all over the pitch, particularly Beth Mead. Excellent, that win back there, and Blackstenius couldn't make the most of it. Miedema didn't get a goal either. And she was blocked in getting one by Blackstenius, who got in the way of that shot accidentally. But really, Arsenal could have won by any scoreline here. Utterly dominant they were. They did manage to get the second goal, and it was really the least that Beth Mead deserved after an excellent display from her. Player of the match, and this a landmark moment in her career as she scored for the 50th time in the WSL. Just reward for a fine all-round performance. Was she onside? Well, the flag stayed down that time. Arsenal will say that was just evening out from what happened in the first half. Third goal, the moment of the match really, absolutely outstanding this. Jordan Nobbs off the bench to get it. Look at the 1-2 with Mead. Goal of the highest quality, that. Nothing McKeever could do about it. Well worth another look. Excellent play down the wing, first of all. It was all about the interplay between Nobbs and Mead. The third and final goal of a very, very straightforward evening for Arsenal. The moments of the match brought to you by Atta Football. For more premium European women's football content, visit attafootball.com. Well, there were any of the goals we could have picked out, but we've gone for the third and final because it was so special. Look at that, good first touch from Nobbs, and then slick passing and a bullet of a finish. Really good goal for Arsenal to put the seal on what was a magnificent win for them. So that completes the day's action in the WSL. It finished 0-0 between Aston Villa and Manchester United. A boost for Manchester City, who were big winners earlier as they look to usurp their rivals into the final Champions League spot, but still all to play for at the top end of the Barclays FA Women's Super League. Just a point in it then, and 4 goals the goal difference. Chelsea and Arsenal going toe-to-toe in pursuit of the title, and the two Manchester clubs battling it out for the Champions League place. Relegation far from sorted either. Plenty going on in the final few weeks of the WSL season. Make sure you stick with Atta Football to see how it all unfolds. Many thanks for your company today. A routine win for Arsenal in the end. They've beaten Everton by 3-0. We'll catch up with you again soon. Arsenal with the chance to break here. Blackstenius wanted it played her way. Instead, it's come out to Ford. And now Blackstenius can get the shot in, and it's in. But flag goes up. Blackstenius denied. Well, this must have been close. It was a good break from Arsenal. Oh, she looks well onside. Thought it was who played it through. But she looks clearly in an onside position there, Stina Blackstenius. Here's Williamson. Just a couple of minutes in the first half left. What a pass that is for Caitlin Ford. Can she finish? Yes, she can. Superb goal from Arsenal just before half-time. Look at that for a ball from Leah Williamson. Ford definitely onside. She still had plenty to do, mind you. First touch was great, finish even better. Everton 0, Arsenal 1. It's been coming. Williamson with another ball forward. Little. Didn't quite sit for her. Balti. Chance here for Miedemar, looking to cut it back, and there's Beth Mead to score a landmark goal, her 50th in the WSL. She's been terrific so far tonight. Miedemar did the hard work here. Now, was Mead onside? Well, the flag stayed down, the goal counts. Arsenal will say that's things evening themselves out. Good tenacity from Miedemar. Mead in there where it mattered. Nice touch that from McCabe. Here's Catley. Nobbs wants it cut back her way. Here she is, Jordan Nobbs. Mead, back for Nobbs. Oh, brilliant. What a goal. Outstanding link-up play between Beth Mead and Jordan Nobbs, and it's the substitute who gets the third goal of the game to end any doubt as to where the points are going tonight. Arsenal with the chance to break here. Blackstenius wanted it played her way. Instead, it's come out to Ford. And now Blackstenius.